I have finally rumbled her. For weeks and months, and indeed years, Meghan Markle has gone ahead with this total lie pushed by all of her PR teams that she doesn't look on anything that the mainstream media is reporting. She certainly doesn't look at what people on social media are reporting. Meghan Markle lives in her happy little bubble, completely unaware of the way that we call her out for her lies and her bad behavior and her weirdness and her creepiness every single day. Obviously, we all know that is a total fallacy, given so much of Meghan Markle's activity online is specifically designed to deal with what we have just reported on her. So, for example, this week I reported that Prince Harry had been left out of the FIFA World Cup, and immediately within hours comes the AI photo of Harry with the football and Archie. But this is actually an empirical fact that I'm about to bring you that shows that Meghan Markle is so obsessed with what is said about her, who is saying it, and that she is personally tracking the mainstream media. It all comes as a result of the picture that she posted of little Lily wearing this very dirty Beyonce t-shirt. Now, this was a huge sign from Meghan Markle to the world that she wants to revive this relationship with the pop star and her husband, Jay-Z, which has run cold in recent years since Meghan Markle decided for clout, and that's what it is, total clout, to read out a private message that had been sent to her by Beyonce on her Netflix TV show. But there are obviously question marks about whether it's a good thing for Meghan to be linking her young daughter to a pop star like Beyonce. The veil between us, writing, seriously, Zarkle, your 5-year-old child is a proud Beyonce fan? Have you listened to the lyrics in most of her songs? I randomly picked a few songs and looked up the lyrics. Holy hell, woman, what is wrong with you? Please, for the love of God, don't answer that. Here's a screenshot of a few of her songs. Take a look at the things she sings about. I won't post the lyrics. There's no way I would have let my kids, when they were 5 years old, listen to this. But remember, for Meghan Markle, Lily is a prop, a commercial prop being used for clout, for celebrity clout, and we know the bigger picture because we've reported it for a long time, to save her failing business interests. But I now have the evidence that proves Meghan Markle is not just totally obsessed with everything that is said about her, she will even follow quite minor players in this if they are saying something in regards to her social media. Sarah Packer is a reporter at the Daily Mail newspaper in the UK. Indeed, she has just been made redundant from her post, but for a long time has written a load of showbiz exclusives for them. And previously, she worked for me at the Sun newspaper. Meghan Markle has been stalking her Instagram, and Sarah posted the proof, writing, "Oh my God. Hi, Meghan. On Instagram stories like the rest of us, wish I'd said how adorable Lilibet's Beyonce tea is. Please let us know how we can purchase." So, P. Diner, royal YouTube sensation, this very small detail is actually so significant because it shows that all of this talk that Meghan Markle puts out there, I don't read the newspapers, I don't look at my social media. I've said for a long time it is total balderdash. I've always been told that she's very much tracking everything. Her PR strategy is very haphazard because she's seen someone's criticized her for that, so she wants to snap back in regards to this. But the fact that she is even trawling the Instagram stories of a recently sacked Daily Mail reporter, well, I'm sorry, there is the proof.
You know, Meghan is the kind of person that would definitely do this, I think, on a level that is so uberly curious about everything that is being said about her because that's her mojo. That's what she does. And like you said about using her daughter as a prop, Megan feeds off of the things that people say. And if she can use her daughter in a way to garner more attention or to, highlight something that would come back on her, of course she's going to do it because that is what she does. I'm not surprised that it looks like she is, following a lot of different people's. I mean, I was even what was it, blocked by this one guy who I had never heard of from following his account. And it looks like it was a Megan account because why would I be blocked from an account I have never heard of? So there are a lot of these little anomalies of things that are happening that make no sense because I believe Megan is out there trolling, watching, and doing things with a social media at a level that is pretty obsessive.
Exactly. And then we come to, I guess, another piece of evidence, which is the Harry and Archie photo with the football. Now, this came just hours after I had reported here on Outspoken of Rob Shooter's revelation of the fact that Harry had been snubbed from the FIFA World Cup because of his souring relationship with David Beckham. And the Veil Between Us did some more good work here and actually said to Grok, the man's hand on the ball and the child's foot look unnatural. Is this picture AI? And Grok analysed and said the visual anomalies you pointed out are the exact reasons why this image is heavily suspected to be AI generated. Key AI anomalies in the image: the man's hand, the fingers resting on the top left of the giant soccer ball lack natural skeletal structure. They appear blocky, poorly defined, and improperly aligned with human anatomy. The child's foot. The foot lacks distinct individual toes and shows a smoothed out, distorted shape that tapers unnaturally, which is a classic signature of AI rendering limitations with extremities. The child's left hand. The hand extended backwards lacks finger definition and appears to blend directly into the background texture of the grass. While digital camera compression and intense motion blur can occasionally mimic these errors in highly cropped photos, the combination of multiple anatomical failures across different subjects strongly indicates this is an AI-generated product illustration or mock-up. It's like P. Diner. Time and again, she is everything that, remember, she accused Catherine, the Princess of Wales, of being. And it's weird.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Megan, I think, gets her ideas from the things, of course, that she is seeing out there. And she has this obsession, I think, to one up people or to show, some kind of, I'm going to say something about this, what was been said on social media. I'm going to post a picture like this to give my counter to it because I think she always feels like she has to have the last word. She has to insert her voice, whether it's, with her pictures that are clearly, it looks like AI. That's what she's going to do, even if people can prove that she's being deceptive, because that's just the kind of person Megan is. She does things that they don't make sense to us, right? But she will do it because there is this compulsion, this obsession that she has that I think it fuels her narcissism, right? And she has this need, and I'm not surprised that it looks like it is AI. That this woman is really off the charts. And I've always said, Harry is going to be in for a whirlwind of a future with this woman in terms of a separation because she will do any and everything to make his life miserable because she has to have the last word and do whatever she has to do to do it. I mean, and that's in our eyes, Dan, I think can become pretty sinister and sick and unbelievable. I just can't imagine someone of her stature would do something like this, with this AI. Like, stop it.
Well, indeed, because the thing is, P. Diner, I could put one of these things down to a mistake or give her the benefit of the doubt. But the problem is there is now a tsunami of these stories because this week we have also seen the total weirdness about the similarity of the pictures of Lily posted and the pictures being used of this child model on Danya Guta's Little Olives. And Paula Frolic Uncensored has been doing a lot of good work on this and noticed that the business, the San Francisco-based children's clothing brand Little Olives, has now actually removed the picture that featured this child that looked remarkably like Lily from the website. Now, Markle has told Paula Frolic Uncensored that the picture of Lily is not AI generated, but Paula has asked a whole load of other questions here. If the child on the right is a model who just happens to be Lily's doppelganger, then why was the picture of the dress removed? If it's not Lily, then why does Guta care? If it is Lily, wouldn't there be a modeling contract in place? And if it's AI, well, I'd have to get a lawyer to explain that. But the fact remains, this is Paula Frolic's words, it's all creepy as hell. Both women have beige pseudo-Tuscan inspired sites that sell ridiculously priced merch to us peasants, and both have heavy reliance on AI for their pictures while asking us to believe in the authenticity of their vision. Both use bullshit words like quiet, whisper, slow, soft, blah, blah, blah. At this point, I say for the people who have kids, let them be loud, screaming, fast children. At this point, it's practically punk rock, which is what this AI generation needs. So, P. Dinah, again, there doesn't appear to be a clear answer to this. But what do you think is going on? And do you agree with me that it is Meghan's weirdness that is allowing these types of situations to thrive?
Hmm. So yes, I do not believe that it is Lily. I do not. I think it just happens to be a child that looks pretty similar to Lily, but also to the bigger issue here. And that is, this is what Megan creates, putting your child out there. You create these kind of issues around your child when you use them as a prop. You use them for reasons that are not authentic. You're trying to use your child to, bring attention to yourself, sell your wares, whatever. But you are creating something that you would think you would not want to have anything to do with, considering your issues around security. And that's why I'm so perplexed about what is happening, because it's sick. It's crazy to me that Megan thinks that she could just put her daughter out there, use all kind of different kind of images, toy around with these pictures, and expect nothing to come out of it. And this is what happens. You get people who are doing their work. They have a child looks similar to your child. It creates all this confusion. And then now you're bringing more attention and more curiosity to your child that I'm sure Harry doesn't want. But to me, it's a dangerous game that Megan is playing, because she has no idea what she is doing. She is just out there trying to get attention, to bring attention to herself, to help her image. And using an innocent child to do that, it's disgusting. And I can see how Harry could be very upset with Megan, although he has recently turned around in that opinion, with having their children on social media. So, Megan is just someone who is careless. She's reckless. And I think she's making a big problem for her children in the future, because they'll look back on all of this and they'll see everything that she did.
Well, indeed. But the problem is, P. Dinah, he has had to change his mind because there was no choice. She left
Right.
him no choice. And then remember, he desperately needs the good PR as well. And this week, he tried to get it with this interview to Time magazine, who ludicrously made him one of, what was it, the 100 most influential people in sport, which is such a ridiculous claim. But it's all about the Invictus Games. And I'm told Meghan wasn't happy because she wasn't mentioned at all in this interview. But again, Paula Frolic Uncensored, credit to her, doing some brilliant work about actually why Time magazine has not really done its journalistic due diligence in terms of putting Prince Harry into the list. She writes, Time magazine named Prince Harry a leader. Ask Scott Snow how that feels. a decorated veteran competed in Harry's Invictus Games, got catastrophically injured, and never received so much as a phone call, much less cash for medical bills. And she said this week, Time magazine placed Prince Harry at the top of its inaugural Time 100 sports leaders list for founding the Invictus Games, an adaptive sports competition for wounded military veterans. The Invictus Games Foundation celebrated on social media, writing they were honoured our founder and patron had been recognised.